Is design pattern model view controller presented by Anuja RAP CSC Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Design pattern. In software engineering, a design pattern is a general repeatable solution to a commonly occurring problem in software design. A design pattern is not a finished design that can be transformed directly into code. It is a description or template for how to solve a problem that can be used in many different situations. Uses of design pattern. Design patterns can speed up of development process by providing tested, proven development paradigm. Creational design pattern. These design patterns are all about class instantiations. This pattern can be further divided into two class creation pattern and object creation pattern. Then structural design pattern. These design patterns are all about class and object composition. Structural class creation pattern use inheritance to compose interfaces. The structural object patterns define a way to compose object to obtain new functionality. Then behavioral design pattern. These design patterns are all about class object communication. Behavioral patterns are those patterns that are more specifically concerned with communication between objects. Then model view controller. The definition of model view controller, it is a pattern in software engineering architecture is defined as the application being separated into three logical components, that is model, view and controller. Model, this component in the architecture will represent all data related logic. This includes defining how the data is formed. In other words, this holds the definition for many of the types that we use in the application. In many cases, the model here refers to the type of data that we are dealing with in the application. This component also notifies its dependent about data changes. Then view contain all user interface logic in the application. This component of the application encapsulate mainly the UI related logic, which includes things that the end user will manipulate like drop down button and web pages, etc. Controller exists as a layer between model and view components to process all the business logic arising from user input. It is responsible to handle input from the view component, manipulate data using the models from the model component, and then finally interact with the view components again to render the final output to the end user responsible for maintaining the data. So this is the basic diagram for model view controller. The model view controller pattern today is widely used for many applications and remain a popular choice. This is due to a few key reasons, that is faster development time. It is a separation of the application into three distinct areas, that is more development are able to work on each part separately. Greater testability. Each component being separated from each other means that developers are able to test each one separately and in isolation. Easy extensions of views modification. At any changes in view component will usually not affect the model component. Hence, developers using this pattern can easily extend and add new views to the application to display the data from model in different ways. Thus, modifications are easier to the isolated to a single component instead of affecting the entire application.